Bellworks 2.0 is coming to Tinton Falls, New Jersey. Home to the impressive Commvault headquarters, this 277,000 square foot facility is undergoing some renovations. Built back in 2014, it has been a cornerstone of innovation and technology, but things are starting to change a little bit. And on today's video, we're going to cover everything that you need to know. Before we hop into the video, if it's your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central New Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you want to be the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get the video started. So to kick us off, it's probably a good idea to understand why they're selling the building in general. So Commvault is a technology company, more specifically into cloud software and other solutions. And obviously pre-pandemic, work from home just wasn't as prevalent, I guess. But post-COVID, I would say work from home is much more attainable for a lot of people, especially in the technology space. So they aren't utilizing the building the same way as they once were, and they were looking into a sale. Now, there's no numbers specifically on this purchase, but they had a previous buyer that went out of contract, and that was reportedly for about that $40 million. I would say we're in the same range for this one, maybe even a little bit more, given that the market has pretty much only got up since then. And one of the big reasons I think they bought this place, other than the just sheer size of it, is the modern amenities that Commvault already came with. So it's not going to be as much construction, I feel like, that as needed. So you're talking open concept workspaces, state-of-the-art conference rooms, a fitness center, cafeteria, a lot of the big things that necessarily will have to obviously get rehabbed a little bit or maybe shaped to the way the Somerset developers want it, but not nearly as building from the ground up or having to just completely remake an entire office space in a sense, right? So there's going to be less construction necessary and being able to easier rent it out a little bit faster. So let's hop into the timelines a little bit. The company buying it is going to be Somerset Development, and this will be their third location. So their other one's going to be Bellworks, like we mentioned, over in Holmdel, and then they have Chicagoland that's going to be out in Illinois. They've nicknamed these the metroburbs. I don't know if they made this up or how it came about, but the exact definition is going to be a large-scale, mixed-use building with great access to office, retail, entertainment, hospitality, residential, health, wellness, fitness, and everything else you find in a good metro and a great suburban area. So obviously quite a mouthful there, but this kind of location took off with Bellworks. Then it's not just a corporate environment, as you can see. They have different gyms. I think there's a couple different ones, fitness centers over in Bellworks. You have an escape room, coffee shop, and then you have your typical maybe financial planning. I'm sure there's a real estate office or two in there too. So there's pretty much everything under the sun within there. They'll host different events, from networking events to, believe it or not, shocking to me a little bit, even having a wedding. One of my buddies looked into it. So they have everything possibly imaginable in there. They're pet friendly. It's open for pretty much like 18 hours a day. So it's not just your typical 9 to 5 hours. It's a solid location. It seems like this Commvault one's going to be going pretty similar to the Bellworks. The timeline for this project is going to be roughly about 5 to 6 months. That's at least what their idea is. Because Commvault, the building has such a good layout already, like we mentioned, and design, they don't think it's going to take as long and extensive as some other projects. So with that, there are still modifications that have to be made. So the current cafeteria will be wanting to be made into a food hall, transitioning some office space into retail space. So, typically an escape room isn't going to be able to just go into any type of office building, right? So a couple different redesigns there. But in general, I think it's a pretty cool thing. Commvault also isn't even leaving the space. They're actually going to be the biggest tenant there and renting back about 75,000 square feet of the 277. So that's also nice for them. I'd say it's roughly about like 20% or so. And I don't know if they have a special agreement, maybe price-wise or whatever, but even though they are selling the building, they are remaining one of the biggest tenants. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I think this is an awesome project, and we already have proof of concept, right? So Bellworks clearly works here in Monmouth County. It's just a matter of maybe 15, 20 minutes away from each other here in Tinton Falls. Can you have two this close together and it still be work for you? So that we'll have to wait and see. But overall, this whole metroburb idea, some developers might start opting for this kind. We have a lot of older maybe malls that need to be repurposed. We've already covered that here on the channel, between the Monmouth Mall getting turned into apartments, Monmouth Square. And I know if I was opening up a real estate business or real estate building company, I would probably opt for one of these type of office spaces rather than the traditional just strip mall or something like that. So I like the idea. Again, would love to hear your comments down below. And also in the description, if you want, I'm offering free home estimations out there or evaluations. And if it's something you're interested in, pop on down there and check that out. And then love to get that back to you within the next 24 hours. Have a great day.